Good morning, juniors. Today we're going to walk through how to complete your graduation checklist for CAP 2015. If you will please turn to page 84 in your BHS course guide, you will find a copy of a graduation checklist. We've made a minor adjustment to the format of the checklist this year and hope that it will be a little more user-friendly. A copy of the checklist looks something like this. This is the top half of the page. So if you will get your transcript, copy of the checklist, and either a pen or a pencil ready, here we go. Your transcript will look something like this. This is an example of a former student through their first semester of the junior year in high school. We're going to use this checklist and transcript as an example for you to follow. So we're going to start with English. First, identify each of the English classes that the student has had, that you have had. So English 1, this student made a B in both semester 1 and semester 2, freshman year. English 2, the student made a B first semester and a C second semester. And then English 3 is down a little lower, and they have a B for the first semester. On your transcript, the classes that you are currently enrolled in for both the fall and the spring will be listed. For the fall semester, you should have grades in each of those classes, and then your semester 2 will be blank. But since you know what you're currently taking this semester, you might want to go ahead and mark an SP for spring semester so that you know the credits that you are actually working towards this semester. So for senior year, this student will need to complete 12th grade English. This is their final English credit that is remaining. For math, and one thing on the checklist is to note if you are SMART Core, if you are meeting SMART Core requirements for math, which means that you have to be as a junior in Algebra 2, and then as a senior you'll have to complete a Math Beyond Algebra 2. If you are in Bridge to Algebra Bridge to Algebra 2 as a junior, that it will be your third math, and Algebra 2 will be your fourth, so you will not be a SMART Core completer. So this student is actually in Bridge to Algebra 2 as a junior, so they're only going to make it to Algebra 2 as a senior, so they will not be a SMART Core completer. But we're going to go ahead and complete the checklist using the non-SMART Core list. So the student completed Algebra 1 and made a D both semesters. Geometry for the first semester of sophomore year, you'll note that there's an RC for recovered credit. This means that the student failed geometry and then retook it, recovered the credit. So somewhere on the transcript there is a geometry A. Any classes that you have recovered in credit recovery or by retaking them may have either an A semester or a B semester is how we're notated. So there is another Geometry A. So that's the first semester class would be the A semester, and they made a C. Then we need the second half of geometry, and there it is, Geometry Daily, and you'll note that it's in semester 2, so they made a B, second semester geometry. Then this student is currently in Bridge to Algebra 2, and they made a B, and they will continue this class in the spring, so they are currently enrolled in Bridge to Algebra 2, and then next year they will need a fourth math. Science. All students have to have a biology class. So we're going to start with biology. The student made a D, and it looks like there's not another section, but we're going to scroll through, and there's another one. So they made a D first semester, and then there is a second semester biology grade. They also made a D second semester. Then we need to see about physical science or physics or chemistry based on the next science class that was taken. So this student took physical science. They made a C first semester and a B second semester. And then we're going to look through for additional science classes And this student took chemistry, or is currently taking chemistry, and they made a D first semester. And so they are currently enrolled in the spring semester. And let me go back. There are only 3 credits total of science. Notice that it does say you have to have biology for SMART Core and then 2 additional classes. You do not have to have all 4 of the classes for SMART Core or for our BHS graduation requirements. This student does meet BHS graduation requirements because they have completed the SMART Core requirements. In social studies, this student has completed, we'll look through through sophomore year, they have completed world history. They made a C each semester. Junior year, they are currently enrolled in U.S. history and made a B, and they are taking the second half right now. So we'll put a spring semester placeholder and wait on a grade there. We'll look over at freshman year, and there's a civics, and they made a B in civics. And so they have not taken, looking through what the student has completed, they have not taken government and economics, so they will have to take both of those as a senior. Other graduation requirements, these can be a little trickier to find because as you well know that you don't have to take these necessarily freshman year, so they may be sprinkled throughout the 4 years. So we're going to go looking for graduation requirements. So oral comm, this student did take oral comm during their freshman year and they received a B. Looking through, and we don't see a PE course, so we're going to leave that one blank for right now. Health, they do have a health course for freshman year. They made a B. And then fine arts, this student actually has several fine arts classes, but the first one that they have is Advanced Women's Choir. And since you only need a half credit of fine arts, we're only going to add 1 semester of that in this place. And then the second semester we're going to add in just a moment as an elective. But for to meet that fine arts half credit, we're only going to add 1 semester of the A at this point. So this student has not had PE and will need to register for PE as a senior to meet graduation requirements. Practical arts. This student during freshman year took CA1, which is a practical arts, and also Yearbook 1, which is a practical arts. And so we're just going to, pardon me, we're going to go back. We're going to use Yearbook as our course. Each semester is a half credit, and so we put Yearbook 1 for the fall as the first credit of practical arts, and Yearbook 1 in the spring is the second half credit. Now, electives. So we have already completed the checklist for English, Math, Science, Social Studies, the 4 semester graduation requirements of oral comm, PE, health, and fine arts, and then also our practical arts BHS requirement. So we need to mark all of those off, and everything that is left will be our electives. So we're going to mark the English classes, then the math classes, science classes we've completed, social studies classes we've marked off, the other graduation requirements, oral comm, health, civics, and the student has not yet taken PE. That just 1 semester of Advanced Women's Choir, that was a fine arts. Yearbook was our practical arts. So everything else that's remaining is an elective, and we will complete those as half credits in the spot for electives to see how many elective credits are remaining for this student to graduate. So first, we're going to add this second A for Advanced Women's Choir 9 in the spring semester. Then an A in Computer Applications 1. Then we have Theatrical Makeup, and they made a C. Concert Women 1. Remember, each semester gets a separate line here, so there is a Concert Women in the fall, Concert Choir 1 Women in the spring. Retailing, the student made an A. Housing and Interior Design, the student made a B. Spanish 1, the student is currently enrolled, completed the fall semester with a C and is also enrolled in the spring semester currently. Bella Voce, the student made an A in the fall and is also enrolled in that course in the spring because it's a year-long course. Then AP Psychology, the student made a D in the fall and is currently enrolled in that course the second semester because it is also a year-long course. And so this student actually has completed or will complete once all three of these classes are completed with passing grades in the spring, all of their elective credits. So what is left for the student to take senior year? Well, this student did need to take 12th grade English. They still have a fourth math remaining, most likely in this student's case Algebra 2. But for many of you, it may be a math past Algebra 2. Science, there was not a remaining credit. They have had biology and physical science and are currently enrolled in chemistry. Social studies, the student had government and economics remaining. Both government and economics are semester courses unless you want to take the AP versions, which are each year-long courses, and you may take either AP Government and Regular Economics or AP Economics and Regular Government, or you may take both regular or both AP. They are independent of one another. For the other graduation requirements, the student needed to take a physical education class. The student could take lifetime fitness conditioning, aerobics, outdoor education, a general PE class. There are a number of PE options for that half credit. Practical arts, practical arts they have completed, and the electives they've completed. So this student has 3.5 remaining credits for graduation. So 1, 2, 3.5. But he or she must request 7 primary credits and 3 alternative credits to fill his or her schedule. Even though many of our seniors only have 2 or 3 or 4 possibly credits remaining for graduation, you must be registered at Bentonville High School for a full schedule. That is a state law that applies to every public high school in Arkansas. So one thing that the student could do would be to look at their focus area and to select remaining electives from the focus area courses if the student would like to be a focus area completer. This student has also been enrolled in choir, it looks like all 4 years. So choir, of course, could be an elective or any number of things that were open to seniors and that the student has met the prerequisite. So that is how you complete a graduation checklist. And I'll let you get started. Thanks.